everyone, it's Tawney. Today we are going to be recreating this look from Eternally Flawless on Instagram. I saw this and I thought it looked really cool. I'd seen a couple like different clown type looks and this one was one of my favorites. It was one of my favorites. So we're going to be recreating this one today, and I'm going to start off with my foundation base. I'm using the Makeup Revolution Fast Based Foundation Stick. I haven't used this in a while, but I really liked it whenever I did use it. Like whenever I had been like using it more often than what I've currently been using it. So I figured I'd whip it out and use this because I wanted something that was kind of a matte base, and I figured this is good enough that like I could use this and get away with it. And I have already primed and done my moisturizer. I kind of figured I'd do that off camera since these videos tend to take a little bit longer. So I thought that I would like start out with like putting my like a base first. You know what I mean? I didn't want to make the video super long by just putting on my moisturizer and my primer and all that stuff. So I went in with my typical Neutrogena moisturizer, and then I went in on top with my Hard Candy primer balm. I think that's what it's called. It's the primer balm, you know, that comes in the little pot, and it's the dupe for the Tatcha one. That's what I put on as my primer today. It's one of my favorites. Now we're going in with the Makeup Revolution Fast Base Primer or Foundation Stick. It looks like I got a crap of foundation on my hair, in my hair. So that's great. I noticed I'm looking a little oily and I wanted to look more matte. So we're going to have to use some matte powder and make it work. I know we'll be able to make it work. That's not something that's too hard to do. Really glad I'm washing my hair tonight because, ooh, it'd be rough. I mean, I still have a couple hours before my shower, before, you know, I get ready for bed and all that, but I got enough of it out. It's okay. It happens. Can't look good all the time, I guess. Now I'm going in with the Milani Conceal and Perfect Concealer, and I'm not trying to brighten up too much of my face, just really trying to like do the T-zone, because her base kind of looks pretty like neutral with a little bit of bronzer, so that's what I'm going to try and recreate. It's just like mainly do bronzer and not so heavy with the concealer. Okay, so now I'm going to go in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Powder and try and mattify the face a good bit. It's getting a little windy outside, and like I can hear the wind like howling, and it's kind of like weird. I'm not used to that, like at least not hearing it, so it's kind of like, ooh, that's like spooky, you know? Okay, I think that helped to mattify the face a good bit, so I think it's okay. It's looking how mattified I'd like it to look, so that's, you know, that's all that matters, is that I feel like it's mattifying enough. So we are going to go in with the BH Cosmetics Brilliance Bronzer in Satin, Golden Gal. It's a satin finish bronzer, but I'm going to do the perimeter of my face and then around my cheekbones. And then I'm going to go in with a peach tone bronzer. or a peach toned blush. And I'm going to use my Essence Satin Touch blush in Satin Coral. It looks like this. It's not too peachy, but I don't think it'll like look too bad. And I'm going to try and keep it more on the apples of my cheeks, so it gives me kind of that more like pinky, rosy red cheeks kind of a look. Okay, that looks good. You can kind of, sometimes the lights wash me out a little bit, and I don't want to like pack the makeup on because then it would look weird in person, whereas I know it would look okay on camera. So, but she doesn't have any highlighter on, so I'm going to skip that step, and I'm going to go straight to brows now. And I have brow stuff here, which is what I was looking for too, so that worked out. I have the CoverGirl Ultra Fine Brow Pencil in Soft Brown. I'm going in first. Okay, so now we're going to go towards the eyes, and I'm going to use the e.l.f. Putty Eye Primer to prime my eyelids and get them ready for the really cute smoky eye that we're going to be doing. So we're going to be using the Tati Beauty Textured Neutrals palette, Volume 1. I mean, it's the only one that they have out so far. I'm hoping for more, crossing my fingers for another one, because this one's so nice that like I'd like to have a second one. But I really like this palette because the blue looks really nice, but I'm also going to be going in with the matte shade Poet and working in that as well. I'm going to start out with Aura, and I'm going to use that to put all over the lid and then a little bit in the transition. Now we're going to be going in with Poet, and I'm going to be using that as my transition shade. And I'm going in a little high because like when you look straight on, you can't quite see it. So I'm going a little bit higher so I can kind of like see it dead on. So it'll make the look like stand out a little bit more. Okay, so now that I did that, I might have to go back in after a little bit and go into that shade a little bit more, but I'm going to be going in with that Memory shade. It's the matte one, and I'm going to be just packing that on the lid. I want to make it a little bit more smoked out, so I don't want to like pat it down too harsh, but I also want it to still show up. That's the main thing. We still want to be able to, you know, we want it to be soft. We don't want it to be super intense. So I'm just going to pat it down with this first brush, which does have a little bit of sparkle in it from when I used the glitter shade, but that's okay. I don't mind the glitter. We'll be able to work around that. And then I'm going to use a different brush to blend this out. And then we'll get to the fun part. I'm going to go back in with that initial Poet brush that I had used, and I'm just going to use that to kind of blend down in where the black was, because it looks like it's a little bit like uneven. So I just want to kind of like make those blend a little bit better. Okay, I think this looks really nice. It's not quite like as seamless as hers seems, but I think it looks okay. Like, I'm not mad at it. And now I'm gonna actually, she looks like she has kind of like her forehead drawn out with her eyebrows. So I'm just gonna go in and do that. Okay, so that's what she did. And then she kind of like blended a little bit of that like purple pink shade into it. So I'm going to go real lightly into Poet and then kind of like just tap that in so it has that kind of look to it. Yeah, I think that looks kind of good. It looks a little bit weird compared to what she did, and I'm not quite sure what this is meant to look like, but you know, it looks okay. I'm not hating on it, so. Okay, I tucked my hair back a little bit so you can see my forehead because we're going to need to see above the eyes to do the, like, clown look, which I'm a little nervous about because I'm not sure how I'm going to do this, but we're going to make it work. How does it look like she did it? Because it kind of looks like she used an eye pencil, like an eyeliner, but then, like, smudged it. Like, it doesn't look quite as, like, intense. Okay, so I have this brush from AOA Studio. It's the F16 brush. It looks like this for reference. It's a very flat brush. I think this should work. And we're going to go in with the Matte Memory shade. I'm going to tap off that excess. And I'm going to do the straight line first. And then we'll go into the points at the end. Okay, now we're going to draw the points of this. It's not too bad. It's not great, but it could be worse. Okay, hold up. Okay, that didn't turn out great, but the bottom looks good. So maybe I'll just push the hair down over. Okay, so we're going to go and do the other side now. Oh, we are not centered properly. We're not centered like we should be, but it looks okay compared to the other, like with the other eye, I guess. I hope. Otherwise, I just jack this up. Yeah, it doesn't look too bad. It doesn't look great, but it doesn't look too bad. I'm okay with this. I'm okay with this. So now we're going to go with Poet, and I'm just going to tap the bottom parts, and I don't have rhinestones to put on these, so I do apologize about that. I'm just not a rhinestone kind of person. I mean, I like rhinestones. They're just not my kind of, you know, makeup accessory. Okay, this isn't too bad. It's looked worse, but it could be worse though. Like, I've done worse. So now I'm using the NYX On the Rise mascara. Not too bad. Now we have this NYX Suede Matte Lipstick in Alien, and it is the black shade. This was like the only black mascara I could find at my Walmart whenever I went the other day. I was hoping to get the matte liquid lipstick, yeah, from Maybelline, the Superstay, but they didn't have that, so this is what we're taking, and we're working with it. Okay, and then it looks like she sort of drew out the corners, so I'm going to do that as well. And then I'm going to go over top of this very lightly with that Poet shade. Alright, and then we're going to spray the face with the e.l.f. Stay All Night Microfine Setting Mist. And this is the finished look. I'm going to take my hair out if I can because it got a little tangled whenever I was putting it up. Okay. Okay, we got it. We got it. Okay. So what do we think? I actually like the way this turned out. I think doing this kind of helps me, like if I want to do the scarecrow look, I almost feel like I kind of have like a general idea of what I would do with that. So I feel like this was kind of a good idea. I would put this in the win column because I actually think this looks nice. And this lip is not bad. It's not my favorite, and definitely like heavy colors tend to like give me anxiety. Like I don't really use red. I used to use purple, but don't do purple anymore, which I used to use in LA Colors purple and have never been able to find the right shade to match of like a better lipstick, but those always worked out perfect for me, so like I didn't mind. But black is definitely intimidating for sure, but I'm definitely going to try and keep using it more since I have one that I can now work with, because I could definitely do like some goth looks and dark stuff and see what I can create. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. I'm really excited about this look. I actually like really like it. So I'm excited to try more. I'm hoping to have 2 or 3 more. And I think I'm actually going to be going into the month of November just to make it up to you guys that I wasn't able to do them. I've just been so busy this month of October. I'm sure if you're watching these videos, you kind of know, but I've been really busy the month of October and just haven't had the time to film like I wanted to. I was hoping to do like 20 looks and only got down to doing like 6. And this is really unfortunate because I had big plans to do something better, but what we're doing isn't bad, and I would say the win column is definitely a lot better than the bad column, but there's still room for improvement and there's still chances for me to grow and do better. But I think so far, not so bad. So let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring that notification bell down below so you get notified of when I upload the next video, and I will see you then, guys. Bye!